What's good, young boys, young girls, old ones too. I need a new intro. Somebody give me it in the comments, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video, but I know what we're talking about. Influencers, why they scam. Influencers specifically. I can get into why people scam, but that's boring. Nobody ain't trying to hear that. Anyway, let's. I'll give you an example to go off of. The Paul brothers, Logan, Jake, boxer, WWE superstar. Both of them making millions of what they do. Millions. Enough to fund their lifestyle X amount of times over. Right? Why do they feel the need to take your money as a viewer, as their supporter? Right? Ego. Let me say, I want to talk to you while I do this. Once you're in a certain tax bracket, whether it's from sitting behind a camera, talking to it like I'm doing now, maybe you're sitting behind the camera sleeping and people donate to you, right? I don't know. Maybe you're a broker for a bank. I don't know. But once you hit a certain tax bracket where money literally is never an issue, can never be an issue, never be an issue. Listen to what I'm saying. Never be an issue. I'm not talking about rich people. I'm talking about the top percenters. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. 20% of the world, maybe? I don't know. Specifically influencers for this video, but people like that, they get a big head. Warranted though. Warranted. Influencers specifically. Maybe you think a certain influencer, I hate that word by the way. Maybe you think a certain influencer has a big head for what they do on the internet. But they make money from it. They have an audience that watches them make money from it. They have an audience that gives them money even though they know that person don't never need the money. They have an ego because of that. Money is just an object to them at that point. I'll give you an example. Let's stick with the Power Brothers. Logan, he got caught up in a scam, as one might call it. Everybody, if you're not familiar with what happened, he tried to take a crypto coin turn Pokemon project, tried to turn that into something they call Crypto Zoo. Had people buying into it, you know what I'm saying? Had, you know what I'm saying, the skeleton baseline of what they told people it would be, right? And they ended up taking money from those people. You know what I'm saying? Not Logan specifically in this case. This specific case, his partners ended up scamming him, getting away with the money that he wanted for himself. Sad. Oh. But even though he didn't make money from it, they still call him a scammer from that specific scenario. Even though he's had other ventures that fell through and didn't work out. He scammed in other projects. It's called what it is. Pyramid schemes. Meme coins that were rugged. You know what I'm saying? Why do people call him a scammer from a scenario where he didn't make money from it? The intention was there. You know what I'm saying? Text message came out, the intention was there. Anyway, moving on. It's the ego thing. They don't do it because they need to. It's because they want to. Because they can do it. They will. I'll give you a personal example of mine. I had a friend who I was working with, um, and they were a person who didn't need money at all, right? They were managing businesses and they were making money over fists. You know what I'm saying? So much. One day, they thought they could take money from somebody that they shouldn't have been taking money from. Thought they would get away with it. Ended up getting found out, punished. Right? I asked that person, why you were living in comfortability, surrounded with everything you could want, anything you could need. Why throw it away doing something stupid? Ego. Got too big of a head. Got ahead of themselves. Right? When these people start making money, right? Where they will never need for money, when it's just an object to them, they start playing with it. Then on top of being an influencer, they play with you too. You see what I'm saying? Because not only are they taking money, they're taking your dignity. You see what I'm saying? Now you're ashamed that you trusted them. You trusted them. A person you ain't never met, you never probably will meet, don't know them, don't care about them. They don't know you. They don't care about you. If you die tomorrow, they will never know. And if they did, oh. Anyway, what's our schedule looking like for today? You see what I'm saying? But you trusted that person. You trusted that person with your money, with your resources, and they snatch it from you. Why? Because they can. Of course, not all influencers are like this. There are very respectable influencers. Maybe one, Corey Kenshin. Everybody love Corey. If you don't, you're probably racist. I don't think he has enemies on the internet. If you don't like Corey, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the hiatus he go on for a year and come back and make a video that that blows up, that ends up ranked in the freaking algorithm immediately. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you don't like Corey, it's something wrong with you. That's what a lot of people will tell you. But we don't know him. We don't know him. We don't know him behind the closed doors. He could be literally a serial killer. Who are we to know that? You, the average viewer. Even if you know Corey, let's take somebody you don't know. I don't know. A smaller YouTuber. Again, respectable person from what I know. I even mentioned him on my channel before. Mr. Gigi, one of my favorite YouTubers ever. I don't know him. He don't know me. But he has people who are in the same situation as me, who don't know him, who probably will never meet him. And if they did, it's just a hi-bye thing. You know what I'm saying? He has people where if he were to make a freaking project, if he were to go on and be like, hey, I'm making this coin, buy into it, we're going to have a future, this is going to be amazing, and 2 weeks later, he done sold, it's a pump and a dump. You see what I'm saying? But why did he do it? I didn't think he was a person. Of course, that's the issue. You think you know these people. You see what I'm saying? And the worst part is I can't even blame their viewers. It's a cynical thing to say, I know. It's gonna sound really bad when I say it, but people are sheep. People are sheep. Tell me why I'm telling lies. How can an influencer who makes more money, again, who makes money, Let's not take a small YouTuber. Let's take someone big. I don't know. Let's take PewDiePie. Nah, let's take somebody who's actually scammed before. Trying to think. Maybe the Paul brothers again. Sure, let's take them. Let's take Logan. Nah, let's take Jake. Let's take Jake. Jake has been a part of, surprisingly, almost as many scams as he has boxing fights, but he calls himself a boxer. See what I'm saying? Why do people keep buying into it? Can't help themselves. That's the power that comes with being an influencer. That's why they have these egos, because you let them. You see what I'm saying? In conclusion, even if you think you're a very good person, unless you are doing your research on that project yourself, CoffeeZilla can't save you all the time. Even when he was trying, people was ignoring him. Not with influencers specifically, but with cryptocurrency in general. FTX, SafeMoon especially. I think that whoever was running up SafeMoon, he just got freaking sentenced, what, last week or whatever. This week he just got sentenced. You know what I'm saying? For a federal crime, for taking your money. But there are people out there who believed in him literally to the end. To that judge. You see what I'm saying? But that's the power that comes with influencing people. Let's take influencing from a small scale. I got it right here. Hold on. I'm about to go dark. Come on. Walk with me. I got it right here. Offering coaching, promoting the service for a fee, and then disappearing. That's a scam too. They're influencing you to give them money. That's what an influencer is. They influence you to do things. That's why a YouTuber isn't called a YouTuber anymore. They're called an influencer. That's why a streamer isn't called a streamer anymore. It's because they're considered an influencer. Because they can tell you, the viewer, to do whatever they want. And maybe not you specifically, but somebody out there watching that with you will do what they tell them. Crazy world, isn't it? Maybe it's you. Maybe you're watching this video and you just noticed that you're like that. Maybe you've been known. You are the sheep that allows these people to rise to an influential level. It's the difference between having influence and having, like, money. It's the difference between being an influencer and a corporation. Activision may suck as a corporation, but rarely do they influence people. They already have their fans, but they're not influencers. You don't. The CEO could come out and do a stream or whatever. How many people will show up? You see what I'm saying? An influencer may do a stream. They have their audience, their followers, but it's different because they're talking to them. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I was just bringing that up. You know what I'm saying? Influencing comes, you know what I'm saying, on small and large scales. You see what I'm saying? So that was the only reason I brought this up. Crazy. Anyway. If you let a life guru take money from you, you have an issue with yourself. Anyway, I ain't trying to get too deep into it. Cool, 15 minutes. All right. Like, subscribe, do all that. I'm out. Peace.